Look what I made tonight. I made a thin spaghetti with the finest scallops and Gulf shrimp. Nothing from the cesspool of China. Came out tonight, which we all knew, is that when Bill and Hillary Clinton admitted them to the WTO, they ate us for lunch. Big article from a liberal publication. They finally woke up. I talked about it in the year 2000. Yeah, am I genius? Probably. Did I try to warn America? Definitely. So just as the Chinese took over America because of the entry into the World Trade Organization, Black Lives Matter is about to take over America because none of you will stand up and say a word. You're afraid of being called names. And so, eating well is not the best revenge. It's about the only thing left for us to do, and to speak out. God gave you a voice. Use it. Do not let these bastards talk you down at a school board meeting. Say it like it is. Black Lives Matter is a racist, terrorist organization that is taking over the country and poisoning the entire Western world with their bullshit. You don't have to believe me. I don't care whether you believe me or not. You know, facts have a way of upholding themselves. Math is racist. History is racist. Juries are racist. If you believe that, you deserve the country you're going to live in because you'll be enslaved. Eventually, you will be killed like they were in Pol Pot's Cambodia. But you know what? I just want to stick to my pasta and seafood tonight. I don't care what your race is. It's so good. I'm going to stop talking in a minute. Look at this. Huh? You know, they say truth will set you free. That would have been true before Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, which are controlled by some of the narrowest-minded, racist people on the planet. When you see Biden appoints a naked psychotic, half-white, half-black racist as the U.S. attorney for all of Massachusetts, and 7 million people are subjected to this psycho, railing and screaming against a reporter trying to interview her. U.S. attorney for all of Massachusetts. I'm not the only one who's seen this. It was covered very well by Fox and others. But I'm talking about it tonight. A raging lunatic, a hater like Obama, destroyed by her mixed-race heritage, half white, half black, so she decides to hate whites, and look how far she's gone. And what has she contributed to society? Nothing but hatred. Watch the tape. Decide for yourself. So it was a deadlock in the Senate, and the other racist, Kamala Harris, broke the tie and put this psychopathic racial hater in as U.S. attorney in Massachusetts. And that, my friends, is the state of America tonight. But it's even worse. Because of your friends Bill and Hillary Clinton, we try to warn you about the WTO. We were called right-wing nuts in the year 2000. We told you what they would do, and they did it. They're about to become the number one economy in the world, maybe the number one military, while our moron, Miley, and the other schmuck who's running the Defense Department is looking for white supremacists. They're training the hardest young men the world has ever seen. And we're hearing about Ukraine. Oh, let me talk to you about Ukraine for a minute, but first I need a bite of food. Russia will seize half of Ukraine without a shot being fired. And that's it. Used to be part of the Soviet Union. It was the breadbasket of the Soviet Union. Rich in resources. Putin's 1,000 times smarter than the dunces in the White House. The college girls are telling us to worry about the only men in America who stand up to them, calling them racists and white supremacists and white this and white that. Every cross on every war memorial, with a very small exception, That's about 99% white men laying in the ground who defeated Hitler. 99% white men defeated Hitler. I want you to think about that before you open up your stupid mouths, you left-wing bastards. You're destroying my country. And if I had the power, believe me, you wouldn't have the power you have. You and George Soros would be facing the House of Un-American Activities Committee. And when you're found to be what you are, you would be deported. It's the only way we'll survive in this country. We cannot permit this to go on much longer. So that's my Friday night Sabbath service, Jewish service now. Take it for what it is. I'm a hardcore nationalist. You can call me anything else you want. You'd be wrong. I grew up loving America. I will die loving America. America's been great to my ancestors who came here and fled the oppression of the Soviet Union, of Russia at the time. And they built a life for themselves, dying young, working hard. They would rather have thrown themselves out of a building than taken welfare. Compare it now to the filth and garbage coming in now from the third world. Filth and garbage, the third world is coming into this country. I'm sure this message will be blocked, at which point I could care less, because we'll save it and we'll put it somewhere else like michaelsavage.com. Incidentally, if you want some science tonight, go to my podcast, the Michael Savage Podcast, wherever podcasts are heard, to hear the greatest podcast in human history called Immigrants and Epidemics. It was 25 years in the making. It's something that no one else in the podcasting world has done or could do. But because I have been banned in Britain and I am banished and blocked by everyone in the media, with the exception of Newsmax TV, and by the way, my great podcast company, Immigrants and Epidemics is there for you to listen to. And you will find out that from the beginning of time, countries have closed their borders to the diseased. And then something happened. A racial maniac named Barack Obama came along and flooded America with people with the Honduran flu, which produced a polio-like illness in children. And it was swept under the rug by vermin in the media like Andy Cooper and his girlfriend or boyfriend or wife. They put their sexuality ahead of the reality of this world. Always the sexuality came before the reality. I don't really care what anyone does with their bodies. I'm a sexual libertarian. I've said that for 20 years. But when you put your sex ahead of your sexual orientation, ahead of reality, you destroy yourself and everyone around you. Have a great night. Enjoy yourself.